This is a video to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the release of Bob Dylan's great album, Blood on the Tracks. This is January 20th, 2025. The album was dropped on January 20th, 1975. Anyway, this is the fourth of four cover songs that I'm providing, and I've explained in some of the other earlier ones why. But this one actually is my favorite all-time song, and it's haunted. It literally haunted me for years. I just kept thinking about it, as I went through my professional life. Because Dylan always never did anything. He always was Easter eggs, I guess is what they call that. He always was had messages upon that, messages upon messages, and there was and I just could not understand why he did a Western song. It was a great song. I mean, it would have made an interesting movie. And I made a video on that, so I'm not going to get into all the details. But anyway, I'm going to make a run at this. I recorded it and published it, the cover, maybe 3 years ago, or 2 or 3 years ago. This is my music. I've been on my musical journey, so making progress. And I wish I had, I've got other interests, so I don't like nose to the grindstone on the music stuff. But I feel like I'm making progress. I started playing with another person, and so we'll have jam days, right? We'll play 3 or 4 hours, accompany one another, and I'm on the place in my journey where I'm becoming very familiar with the fretboard to where I can accompany other people. So the ideal jam session would be, you get another person over, they have their song portfolio, they know, you have your song portfolio, and so you trade off. One takes the lead, plays their song, sings their song, and you provide color and background. And then the vice versa. The singer in this arrangement pretty much is the rhythm, and the accompanying person is the lead player. But it sounds so good, so it's worth pursuing. It's all different. I mean, that's the thing. That's what's fascinating about music. There's no, unless you get right to the farthest extremes of professionalism, where everything has to be a certain precise way. But whose way? As you get to that extreme, it's the conductor. There's so many interpretations of an artist. There's so many interpretations of Mozart. You can take a Mozart symphony or a Mozart composition, and whoever interprets it speeds up the tempo, slows down the tempo. They can interpret it so many different ways that it literally becomes theirs. One person's interpretation, and then everyone else needs to follow that. I guess the message here, there's no right way. There's just your way. You just find what works for you, and find a feedback loop. Audience. Videotaping is pretty cool too, because you can. It's amazing once you start videotaping, and seeing what you're doing. Oh yeah, I need to prove this, prove that. I thought I was playing great golf. example of something else. I thought I was playing great golf for the last 10 years, but my results weren't very good. But I thought, well, hey, who cared? You know, I mean, I was just out there to have fun. But I played in a tournament, and we came in second, which is, you know, well, I like to win. Hey, if you're going to do something, win. On our 17th hole, I couldn't execute the shot. I did not execute the shot. We needed that shot, and that caused us to come in second. And I just, okay, well, what happened? So I focused in on that, and as you age, your body changes. You know, you have less flexibility. You know, and stuff. So I'm adjusting my swing now to my body that I have now. And same thing with music. There's no right way. There's just, everyone's different. Each swing is different. There's a baseline fundamentals that you need to understand. And then out of that, you find out, well, what is your capacity? What can you do? And if you take that approach, you can have a lot of enjoyment and not get frustrated. Just don't get hung up on the critics, you know, literally. You know, you sound terrible, you know, any of that nonsense, you know, that's just crazy, you know. Hey, AI, artificial intelligence, you know, literally. My prediction is that we're going to get to a place in the next 3 years, two years, where you're going to really want a person who is real, making mistakes, you know, that is providing a nuance into whatever that is comforting. It resonates. It feels good versus a sterile, oh, this is so wonderful. This is, you know, whatever. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, this is a great song, and I would encourage you to go watch my narrative as a trigger point to start your thought process on this song, and you're interpreting. What I'm doing is I'm giving you my interpretation of, it haunted me because it was such an outlier on this album when it was released. I was like college. I was like 75. I was a junior, and I was an engineering student, and child of the 60s, 70s. Well, you know, and back then I just missed the draft Vietnam War, and so they had lowered the drinking age, you know, beer to 18, you know, right when I hit college, because they're saying, well, we can't send our kids over to Vietnam to die if they can't drink a beer when they get home. And so, you know, I got that window where they, yeah, you go in and have a beer, you know, before, you know, 3 years before you're 21. But, you know, they quickly realized that wasn't such a good idea, you know, with driving. And then you have the energy thing, you know, the air embargo, and then the speed limit's 55. Can you imagine driving down the highway right now with some of these cars with 55? Yeah, well, that's what it was like. So that was an interesting little thing, and that's when CB radios, that was the big, literally, anytime you went on the highway, somebody had a CB radio, and everyone was like, oh, where's the police? Well, I probably shouldn't be saying that, but, you know, hey, follow the law, you know.